Alright, sup everybody, welcome back to the Path of Rage, and today is Tuesday. Now we are going to be doing a new thing for the channel. Put out a Star Citizen video a couple of weeks ago that did very well with you guys, and as I was looking at my analytics for the channel, my two best videos of all time on my channel are Star Citizen videos. So Tuesdays are going to be for Star Citizen. I will be covering the Star Citizen Live and Inside Star Citizen shows from the week before, going over patch notes from time to time, Squadron 42 and Persistent Universe updates, and basically keeping you up to date on the latest information on Star Citizen. Like I said, I've been following this game. I'm an EVA and I've been wanting to cover it for a while. You guys seem interested, so here we go. Let's get stuck in. Thursday saw the latest episode of Inside Star Citizen, and this time it was focusing on the distribution centers that are coming in 3. Now these are going to be completely new additions, and they are colossal hubs for corporations and organizations and the various factions in the game that will own them, that will be providing missions, trade areas, basic play spaces, both friendly and hostile, for players in the verse. The devs called these a microcosm of all the FPS gameplay in the verse, with multiple players doing various missions in the same center at the same time. One example that they gave was one player doing a cargo box drop-off run, while another is infiltrating the facility to assassinate a VIP at the same time. Current plans are to have multiple distribution centers in the Stanton System 323. Players having access to both wings of the center, each side having landing pads, a hangar, and cargo elevator. Interiors will include the lobby, VIP areas, maintenance areas, warehouse areas, a mixture of cargo and storage areas, security areas, and more. While there are vehicle accessible areas, CIG said vehicles will not be able to enter the center themselves, but we all know players are absolutely going to try to break that. Missions at the center have been designed with 4 player types in mind: aggressive lawful, unaggressive lawful, aggressive unlawful, and unaggressive unlawful. Example missions that they gave for, say, an aggressive lawful player might see the player defending the distribution center from a hostile attack from outlaw gangs. Players will get a mission from the center to defend a location if that center is under attack. They will enter and join a battle in progress to help the security forces drive off the assaulting force. Non-aggressive lawful mission will be cargo missions, maybe just a quick pickup, take a box somewhere else, or transferring cargo from different locations in the center itself using hover trolleys and your multi-tool. Hostile aggressive players will be able to go full ham and assault the centers themselves, laying waste to all in front of them. They will have to absolutely bring heavy firepower to take out the base defenses, and they will be met by a lot of security guards inside, from what CIG has said, but they will be able to assault these distribution centers. Non-hostile unlawful players might get a theft style mission that will be more rewarding for the player to sneak in, sneak out in a stealth based style of play, as opposed to going in guns blazing. As I already mentioned, centers are going to be heavily armed for defense both inside and out, and from the way CIG explained it, making assaults on these centers is going to be something that players are really going to have to be prepared for. Actually sounds like something that'll be really good for group play. The biggest idea for the centers is to have a lot of varied gameplay going on in one giant area that will draw players together, eventually culminating further down the line in obviously much later patches into raid style missions for endgame style content once the game is further released. On Friday's Star Citizen Live, the devs went into much greater detail about EVA and the interaction system that are coming in 3.23. For the EVA sections of it, they covered player momentum, fuel, holding boxes and whatnot, so let's get into that. In EVA, players will keep momentum in the direction that they're moving, but they will not keep their momentum at super high speeds if they jump out of a moving ship. EVA will be hard limited to a set speed for gameplay and engine performance reasons. So nobody's going to be clipping through the universe at 1,000 kilometers per second in EVA. It will be limited to much slower speeds. I believe they said in the 10 meters per second range while in EVA. Jumping out of a moving ship in atmosphere will still result in death as it does right now, as there are no parachutes in this game yet and won't be for a while. When EVA fuel comes out after 323, fueling the EVA pack will work by either entering an atmosphere, which fills the pack automatically, or the device similar to a med pen while in space or non-atmospheric conditions. Eventually, the idea is that different armors will have different amounts of fuel, and weight will affect how much fuel you use at a time. In EVA, players can hold boxes while in the new mode, and the animators are currently working on cleaning up the animations for the release. Beyond that, players will not be able to carry a box while using the push-pull mechanic, as that will require both hands. Magnetic boots were also brought up, something that has been an ongoing request from the community for years now, but that is an item for the future, as always. Once the push-pull mechanics are in the game, players who attach themselves to the hull of the ship will in fact be able to be shaken off by the pilot and not magically able to hang on regardless of motion, as G-forces will still apply. CIG has said this is still actively in development though, so it has to be fully tested. The transition from EVA to on foot and or attached to the hull of a ship has been set up to be quick and smooth without a long animation that results in the player having a loss of control while you wait for it to end. Transitions should be smooth and quick, and the devs saying it currently feels good and snappy overall, the players even being able to transit from EVA seamlessly while shooting guns at the enemy. Regarding melee in EVA, a simple slash with a knife or a punch will be available to players, but not stealth kills and takedowns, as this is more of an animation technical problem due to the sheer amount of directions the player could approach an enemy while in 0G. While you're on the ground sneaking up behind someone, it's easy to say, yep, I'm behind him, I'm going to do a takedown. If you're floating above his head at a perpendicular angle, not so much, and the animations don't exist to cover it. For right now, no stealth kills and takedowns. Moving on to the interaction system, 323 will feature the ability to turn off the floating F prompt over items in the new interaction system if players don't want to see. But the interaction for the items, such as equip or store, will still show on that item. These interaction labels will only show up if the player is looking directly at the object in question and not on every single item in your peripheral vision around you at all times, with the devs saying that this will be adjusted according to our feedback once we get our hands on it. CIG has also said that a toggle for turning off the HUD entirely will be added for certain, but it's just not a current priority. I'm actually very much looking forward to getting my hands on this new interaction system, because the current one is one of my biggest gripes with the current state of the game. While looting, players will in fact have an option to move all with item groups, such as ammo or med pens, for example. With work currently progressing well on bringing the sheer amount of different items that the players can pick up and loot in the verse over to the new system. While the new interaction system is coming in that will change how we interact with items, NPCs such as bartenders and whatnot who currently have the interaction conversation menus will still have them. Those menus will work as they always have, hitting the F key and then giving the player a list of options to choose from. CIG said that this isn't going away and that the new interaction system is an addition to the current system to give players a smoother experience. And finally, while interacting with MFDs in the ships, in 323, players will still use the interaction mode currently in place, holding F and moving the cursor to select options. But beyond that, CIG has stated that they plan to replace this free look mode that the available options will show as a clickable option that brings up the new interaction wheel. allowing players to organically look around the MFD ship functions without having to enter a separate mode entirely. The cursor will show up on the MFD itself while looking directly at it, allowing the player to adjust settings on the fly. Work on this currently under active development. And there you have it, folks. That is our update for Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live from last week. Hope you enjoyed this video. I do plan on making more of them, as I love this game and I can't wait to see what it becomes. Finally does release eventually. I hope you enjoy following along with this game as well. I hope I can provide you with some information. I hope you keep coming back. Click the like if you enjoyed this video. Click the dislike if you didn't. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This game is drawing a lot of attention, a lot of comments from you guys, and I love it. Let's keep it up. Subscribe if you're new to help me beat the algorithm. And until next time, I've been Rage at Games, and I'll see you in the